What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to the TB Toycast YouTube channel. And today I'm unboxing from He-Man and the Masters of the Universe Masterverse line. It is the one and only. It is Mer-Man. What an amazing villain. In fact, one of my all-time favorite Motu characters, as it were. I remember, I talked about this a little bit, but when I was young, I didn't really know a lot about He-Man, other than my cousins liked it. So, by proxy, I kind of liked it too, but didn't know anything about it. But I was always, drawn to this big green guy. I was like, I don't know who this guy is, because I didn't know who any of the characters were, but I was just like, this guy is wild looking. I love it. And I'm sure a lot of you, it's like that was kind of what drew us into He-Man back in the day. Without knowing the characters and stuff, you just see these and you're like, ooh. Now, this is, of course, from the Revelation line. They've done another Mer-Man in the Revelation line, which I'll show right here. Not my favorite. I did own that at one point. I did sell it. And this isn't my favorite either. I wanted the new Eternia one, but it is a little bit more expensive. Now, I think this will be my placeholder Mer-Man. I was looking at it in the store because I got it, for $20 at a resale shop, so I wasn't too upset by that. But I was sitting there thinking, this will work. It's close enough, but this may be a placeholder Mer-Man, so there may be another one to come. We'll see what happens. But, of course, we got Mattel here, Netflix original series. As most of us, I've got a couple extra hands, nice big sword. Of course, all his armor. Nice picture of Mer-Man right there, which looks really cool. Love the artwork. And then what a lineup. Also available, we had the New Eternia Faker, which is coming up. Buzz Off, also from New Eternia, and from the Princess of Power, we got Grizzlor. So really cool figures in this line. Of course, a little bit about Mer-Man, the Ocean Warlord. Prior to Skeletor's disappearance, Mer-Man was the Lord of Destruction's reluctant ally. He commanded any army of Aquaticans, maybe, terrorized the Crystal Sea, proving to be the valuable resource in the fight against He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. Their inability to see eye to eye, however, often led to their downfall. Really cool piece of artwork there with Mer-Man. I love all the mutant-looking fish. This guy's got 4 eyes. That's so cool in the background. Ooh, a big claw. It could be clawful. Of course, Mer-Man, Ocean Warlord. I don't hate this Masterverse packaging, but I do feel like the packaging they're using now is immensely better. It really sells it with all the artwork on the front and on the sides and stuff. And so I'm wondering if when I initially had a lot of these Masterverse figures, of course they were based on the cartoon, which I don't think was super well received by a lot of big Motu fans. I didn't hate it. I didn't think it was horrible. Was it my favorite? No, but it wasn't horrible or anything like that. And so when I saw these figures, I'm like, oh, these are awesome. I got to get them. But then I started thinking the Origins ones were a little bit more, what I wanted. But like anything else, it kind of comes and goes. I kind of told myself I don't need both. Don't need to collect both. Which is such a stupid thing because I'm like, why not collect both? You don't have to buy every single figure, of course, which I've never been every single figure. But why not just try to put these together best you can, and that's kind of what I'm doing, and I'm pretty okay with it. So, still kind of dabbling with the Origin stuff, especially with the new Thundercats line that's now out. I do want to pick those up, and I'm kind of wanting the Transformer ones too. I'm not gonna lie; those are on Mattel Creations. I think they're a pre-order at the moment, so I do plan to get those. It's just such a unique crossover, like Megatron Armor Skeletor. Like what? Like that's so wild. So yeah, I probably will pick those up. Just because it's not something you would normally see. Oh my gosh, twist ties for days. This is going to be something. Alright, getting the scissors back. A little snippety doodah. I'm going to get that one. Try not to cut my fingers off or cut the figure. I unboxed that Mythic Legions figure the other day. And you know what I was most impressed with? They had the twist ties behind the packaging. Now, granted, I know those aren't typically in stores. I know some stores carry them, but it's really more of an internet line, so they don't have to worry about it. I think this is more to prevent theft. But I question, how much theft they're actually preventing, because I feel like, this is just my opinion, of course, most people that steal this stuff or do figure swapping, they're buying it and then they're returning it. And I don't think the stores are looking super closely at the situations, and if they did a little research and be like, no, we're not taking that back because it's not the same figure. But at the same time, if they maybe got those guys in trouble, things wouldn't be like that. I don't know. But again, I know one of my Walmarts at Christmas time, and I hated seeing this. They put up a bunch of figures that had been switched. And I remember thinking, like, man, how horrible would that be to, like, open up a package on Christmas. You're like, oh, man, an Ultimate John Cena. And it's like a basic, Finn Balor or somebody. It's like, oh, that would be so disheartening. So, I don't know. Because parents don't probably know. Like, I know, I told this story before, I think. My sister was convinced she saw some type of big factory error because she saw a Goon figure, like with Shinsuke Nakamura basic in the packaging, and so she's thinking to herself, "Oh, this is rare." And I'm like, "No, that's actually even worth less than you could possibly imagine." So what are you gonna do? But this Mer-Man looks great. The armor is removable, best I can tell, or I'll just pop the head off there. So yeah, you can remove that armor and put the head back on. He's kind of a bluish color now that I look at him. I was thinking he was more green, but I feel like he's a little bit more blue. So I may have to pick up that new Eternia one. Bite the bullet and spend the money. I want to say it's about 50. And there's a few of those guys that I'm going to have to spend some money on to get them in the collection. I know Buzz Off's not cheap. Web Store is actually one of the more expensive ones, oddly enough. Ram Man's not cheap. So some of those I'm going to have to, like I said, spend some money, which is not ideal. It's not my favorite thing in the world to do. But I really want to get a lot of the new Eternia characters. That's my main thing. But this is to me a perfectly good placeholder Mer-Man. I love the armor because the first one they didn't have that, which I didn't like. I think it's just so ridiculously interesting looking. So I don't know. I think it's really, really cool. And even that, like the gauntlet elbows, pads or whatever, and then the sword looks like it's made out of like coral. Just so fun. Look at that face. I was thinking his jaw hinged. I don't think that it does, but yeah, what a face. Face only a mother could love. Mer-Man, not the best looking evildoer of the bunch, that is for sure. But yeah, these are fantastic figures. Like I said, Mer-Man's always been a favorite. It was just something about him, and I think that was the brilliance of Motu back in the day. Because when they were hitting stores, people probably didn't know what they were, but it was just like, okay, He-Man, he looks awesome. Skeletor looks super scary. This Mer-Man guy looks insane. Then you've got like Man-at-Arms and all the other characters. Plus the more new characters they created and how ridiculous they got. Roboto, I mean, he's a really fun one. Beast-Man, so much fun. But let me know in the comments down below if you're into Masterverse, if you're into Mer-Man. What do you guys think? I think this is cool. Like, to me, this is... But what's weird is I look at it now, it looks more green. It's something about that armor kind of It's almost like a bluish-green color, but like I look at it... Because I'm sitting back in the chair here and looking through the camera, and I'm like, man, he looks green again. But I pull him up close, and he looks blue. So I do know Funko did a couple of Funko Pops of Mer-Man way back in the day. And they did the chase was blue and green. And so maybe there was some paint variants, I don't know, on the action figures. That's a yes. Maybe he appeared slightly different colors on the cartoon. Again, I'm not 100% sure, but drop it in the comments down below if you remember, because I truthfully don't. But yeah, Mer-Man, such a cool looking figure, and a super fun addition to the Masterverse line. I got so many more of these to unbox. The pile is getting bigger, but I try to do variety, and I've done it before where I did like 3 elites in 1 week, and that was like my week. But I felt like the numbers weren't real good when I did that. And I was like, okay, maybe people do like the variety. Because I feel like with this channel, and other channels as well, it's kind of cool to come here because you really have no idea what it's going to be. It could be anything. And it could be a retro figure, it could be a DC Multiverse, but it could be, a Kevin Malone statue from The Office. That's where I think the fun comes in. And any channel that I follow, that I watch unboxing videos, I love the classic stuff, but I also love some stuff that I maybe I'm not aware of, or stuff that's a little bit out of the box. So, to each their own, but we're always trying to have fun with this. But Mer-Man's a cool looking figure, man. I dig it. Not overdone on the accessories. Do have a bunch of extra hands. I didn't really go over those, but we got another gripping hand for his right hand if you wanted to put the sword in his right hand. We got another claw hand, which he's also wearing, which you could put on his left. And then we got a couple of fists if he needs to do a little bit of punching. So only 3 fingers on each one. I love that. Super, super cool. But yeah, that is Mer-Man. I love that they did special hands for him because I feel like they could have easily done a regular hand, but they chose not to. They took the extra step. Good on Mattel. Like I said, love the Masterverse line, and I hope it continues for a long time to come because these are so much fun. But of course, check out my other unboxing videos. I have 3 unboxing videos every single week. Of course, last week we dove into Batman, the animated series Batgirl on Monday. That was really fun, of course, from the new McFarlane Toys line. Maybe not the best figure, but the unboxing is always fun, of course. On Wednesday, it was Boss Fight Studios, Cerazoic Warriors. It was Range Brachian. Love that line. It is quickly becoming a favorite. Love the bright colors. Love the sculpts. So much fun. And then on Friday, Atsushi Onita from Epic Toys. New retro figure for the retro collection. Can't get enough of that. Super, super fun as well. And then Monday this week, back to the world of the big rubber guys with Ricky Morton of the Rock and Roll Express. Robert Gibson will be coming up next week if you're watching this the day it drops. So Rock and Roll Express will both be done within about a week of each other. But good friend Travis needed those boxes. He's like, hey man, they got a signing up here. And I sold mine. Do you want your boxes? I was like, no, you can have them. So I'm actually going to ship those up when I finish this video and get those over to Travis over there in Ohio. So always happy to help out a friend. But yeah, very, very cool stuff. Lots of fun unboxings on the channel, so make sure to subscribe. Over 100 subscribers now. Stay tuned for that giveaway. That actually will probably be up now. So it's going to be a fun one. I've already talked to someone. It's my personal figure, but I talked to someone, and I think they may help out in previous giveaways, or in future giveaways, rather. So it should be a lot of fun. So stay tuned for that as well. Thank you guys for checking out the TB Toycast YouTube channel. That is Mer-Man, the Ocean Warlord. And we will see you in the toy aisle.
Yeah. One more time. It ain't over till I say it's over. So lock the cage up, cause this is a takeover. The wait's over. If this the final time we meet, then you'll be on your back on my feet. Then I'll tip the cage over as a hangover. I'm super fly so I can splash off the top. And I can shut down the shot.